Hello everyone, this is your lecture 19, analog microelectronic circuits. So in the past 17 lectures we have discussed the concepts from unit 1, and in the 18th lecture we started solving tutorials. In this lecture also we'll be continuing that. So we'll continue from question number 7 in the tutorial which is already given to you. So question number 7. So I'll just read out the question. Yeah, the question, is there any doubt in the previous question, question number 6? If it's there, please put in the chat box. Okay. So in question number 7, the question is an NMOS device which is operating in saturation with lambda given as 0 must provide a transconductance. So what do you mean by transconductance? It is GM. GM is given as 1 by 50 ohms. That is GM value. VT is given as 0.4. Kn dash is given, which is mu and Cox is 0.2 milliamps per volt square. That is given. The question is find W by L. So you are asked to find W by L if ID is given as 0.5 milliamps. This is the first part of the question. The question is based on GM. The question is based on transconductance. So one thing you should remember here is you should remember the three representations of GM. So I'll just list out that here, mu and Cox W by L into VGS minus VT. So if this is for a PMOS transistor, you can write the same thing as mu P Cox W by L VGS minus VT. The other expression is under root of 2ID mu and Cox W by L, and the last one is 2ID by VGS minus VT. I hope you remember all these three expressions. So the question, specifically this question number 7 is based on these three different equations of GM. So GM is given. You are asked to find W by L from ID. So which of this equation will you use out of these three? Whether you'll use the first one, second one, or third one? Can I get a response in the chat box? The second one, yes. So ID is given. We know GM value, mu and Cox is known. You only have to find W by L. So you have to use the second equation. And if you use second equation, what will be the answer? What answer will you get for that? Can I get answer for that W by L value? 2000. Very good, Pallavi. 2000. Yes. Bhavana, Huma. Yes, 2000 is the answer. So that is the first part. The second part, so this is A. Now B part says that again, given that VGS minus VT is 0.5, we are supposed to find W by L. W by L is again unknown. Which one you will use for this? 1, 2, or 3? Which equation of GM will you use? One. Yes, very good. And if you use that equation, you will get W by L as, what is the answer for W by L for the second case? 200. Very good. So this is direct substitution. That is why I am not solving it here. Now the C part is given that VGS minus VT is equal to 0.5, you are asked to find ID. What is ID? So how will you find ID? Given that in the question it is clear that the device is operating in saturation, so you can use a saturation current equation without lambda and substitute VGS. So W by L we obtain from B, so that you have to substitute, and you will get value of ID as, what is the value of ID? So only ID is unknown, but to find ID you will need mu and Cox, which is there. VGS minus VT is there. W by L for that is also there as 200. So ID is 5 milliamps. Very good. So try this, you will get the answers. Right. That's about 7th question. Can we quickly go to question number 8? So question number 8 says that there is an NMOS device. Given that the VA of the NMOS device is 10 volts, VA is 10. But this must provide an intrinsic gain. The intrinsic gain is GMR0, which is equal to 20. This is the intrinsic gain. With VDS equals 1.5. The question is determine the required value of W by L if you have ID given as zero point 0.5, VT given as zero point 0.4, and Kn dash given as zero point 0.2 milliamps per volt square. Right. So you are asked to find what is W by L. So how will you find this? VA, early voltage is given, GM R0 is given, then you have to find the rest of the things. So how will you find? Uh, any idea, Karthik? Karthik, can you unmute and just tell me how will you approach this question?
Sir, eighth one.
Yes, eighth one. Yes.
Okay. Um,
You need to find. We need to find W by L. So how will I get W by L? There are a lot of parameters given also.
Sir, first VA by ID is RO.
Oh, very good. Okay.
So since you know RO from the intrinsic gain, you can get GM.
GM. Very good. Very good. Very good. Yes. So
Then
R.
use the equation of GM to find W by L.
Very good. Very good, Karthik. Yes. R naught is VA
Yes.
by ID, which is 20 kilo ohm. Right. So your GM R naught is 20. That means your GM value will be obtained from this. What is GM value? Can I get an? I'm seeing the answers what you're putting. Manjunath, Huma, Manikandan, Bhavana. Right. I'm seeing the answers. Yes. I have only 37 students today. That means rest of them are taking rest. Okay. So what is GM value? GM for this? So what is GM? GM is 1. Okay, it is not 0.5, it is 1 milliamps per volt. Yes. Mohan, can you check? Where did you missed? It is not minus 1 also, it is 1 milliamp. So for GM, okay, probably you are taking, I don't know, in what way it is minus. So intrinsic gain, it is given as 20, right? So we are always looking for the magnitude of intrinsic gain. So even though we write as minus GM R naught, it is magnitude. So there is, for GM there is no negative sign. GM is transconductance parameter. There is no negative sign to that. The GM is 1 milliamps. So now in the we can substitute in the GM equation itself, and we can find W by L. What is W by L? All are substitution. That is why I'm just not writing any steps. So W by L can be obtained from GM equation itself. You can use this equation under root of 2 id mu and Cox W by L. W by L is the only unknown. Mu and Cox is given. Id is also given. GM is also given. So what is W by L? W by L. Any answers? W by L? Yes, Jeevit, that is 5. W by L is 5. Yes, Bhavana, Manikandan, yes. W by L is 5. Very good. So can we quickly go to next question, question number n. Meanwhile, if you have doubts, please check with me. So question number 9, for question number 9, there is a circuit diagram given. I'll just redraw the circuit here. This is the circuit given. This is 1 volt. This is 2K. This is 1.8 volts. And given that Kp dash is 100 microamps per volt square, threshold Vt is minus 0.4 volt. This is a question number 9. So given that lambda is 0, what value of W by L places the P channel device at the edge of saturation in the circuit given? So what value of W by L is a question. right? So how will we proceed with this? We know the circuit diagram. Circuit diagram is given, and apart from that, the only thing given is uh, you are asked to find the W by L value such that the device is placed at the edge of saturation, right? So what is the meaning of that? At the edge of saturation means we can write the condition VDS will be equal to VGS minus VT. This is the condition, right? What is VGS minus VT? VG is 1 minus Vs is 1.8 minus Vt is minus 0.4, right? So this is VGS, Vg minus Vs. So it is so it is 1 minus 1.8 plus 0.4. It is minus 0.8 plus 0.4 is equal to minus 0.4. That is your VDS, right? Am I referring to the same question? Yes, all right. So let me do one thing just for a minute. So if I want to find W by L, how will you find W by L? We have to go with the drain current equation only, right? Okay, let me look at this. So this is VD, right? So I'll take the condition VD equal to VG minus VT. This is the edge of saturation condition. Now how can I write VD? So the current will be flowing in this direction, right? Current will be flowing in this direction as ID. So if I assume ID in milliamps, so others can solve in your own way. If you have some methods, you can try and you can tell me the answer. If I assume ID in milliamps, so I can write VD as 2K into ID in milliamps, or that is equal to simply it is equal to 2ID. VD is equal to 2ID. Right. Now what is VD? How can I get an equation value for VD? VD is to keep the transistor at the edge of saturation, VD should be equal to VG minus VT. What is VG? VG is 1 minus VT is minus 0.4, which is equal to 1.4. That means 2ID is equal to 1.4 or ID is equal to 0.7. So I assumed ID in milliamps, so ID should be 0.7 milliamps. That will be the value of ID. Right. Now ID is this. So, but you are asked to find W by L. Now, if I know ID equation to keep the transistor at the edge of saturation, I can use the same equation. It is mu p Cox W by L into VGS minus VTP the whole square. In this, everything is known. You can write only what is the, you can find what is W by L. So this is 0.7 milliamps is equal to half into 100 microamps into W by L into your VGS. VG is 1 minus 1.8 minus minus 0.4 the whole square. The only unknown is W by L. You will get the value of W by L from this. So in all questions, you cannot directly assume VD equal to VG minus VT. You can use that only if the condition given. If the device designed in such a way that you have to place the device at the edge of saturation, right? Then you can actually take up this and you can go ahead with this. So if you have doubts, please unmute and ask. So how many of you are getting the value of W by L? Let me know. So what I did is I have written what is VD. VD is the current into the 2K resistance, and I assume current is in milliamps just to cancel the kilo. And from the condition given, the transistor should be placed at the edge of saturation. I have taken the condition and I obtained the value of ID. From that I found the value of the W by L. Yes, the answer is 87.5. Very good. So Kirtana, Madhusudan, Namit, Bhavana. Very good. It is 87.5. So others can also find the answers. Only thing is you have to substitute in this way and you have to get the final answer. If you have any doubts in the steps what I have done here, you can ask. Otherwise, we can move to the next question. All right. So I'm moving to the next question. I know I'm going fast because the idea is not to solve each and every step. I'm just helping you out so that you can try this and check whether you are able to solve it. Right. So 10th question is, I think you can see two diagrams. One we have already done in the previous class. One NMOS and one PMOS connected in parallel, right? Sorry, one NMOS and one PMOS. Yes, they are in parallel. Now the other question that we haven't done, there is two NMOS devices. So one NMOS like this. One NMOS like this. This they marked as V in, this is V out, this is M1 and the other device is M2. Right. So what is asked in the question? Draw the small signal equivalent model assuming all transistors operate in saturation with lambda not equal to 0. Right. So if you remember in the previous question where you had one PMOS and one NMOS, here what we have done, we have drawn the equivalent for PMOS and NMOS together and then we modified and obtained the final expression. Similarly, we will try here also. Right. So okay, so at the same way, I'll just consider this as the V inside and yeah, V out, let me mark. So one thing you can observe here, when you draw the small signal equivalent, this node will actually go to ground. But tell me what is VGS1 and VGS2? Okay, I'll just consider this as M2 and this as M1. So what is VGS1? VGS1? VGS1 is this, right? This is VGS1. VGS1 is same as V in. VGS1 is V in. What is VGS2? Can one of you unmute and tell me what is VGS2? Kishan, can you tell me what is VGS2? VGS2 is measured between the gate of M2 and source of M2. What is VGS2? Kishan, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you tell me what is VGS2? Look at no, VGS2 is the gate voltage of M2 and source voltage of M2. What is gate of M2? It is connected to
V in.
V in. What is source of M2? It is connected to
V naught.
V naught. Very good. So what is VGS2?
V in minus V naught.
V in minus V out. Very good question. So V in is measured with respect to ground. V out is also measured with respect to ground. That is what the understanding what we have. Now with this, let me draw the equivalent circuit. So how will I draw for M1? Yeah, if I draw for M1, okay, let me draw in this form first. Uh, okay, this is V in, this point is V in. Now the top one is M2, right? So here I have GM2 VGS2 in this direction and the resistance is here, which is R02 and this point is connected to ground, right? That is V in. Similarly, if you draw for M1, so since it is down, I'm just drawing here because the drain of M1 is connected to V out. So I will consider this as my V out point. This is V out point and this is drain of M1. So here I'll draw this. This is GM2, sorry. This is GM1 VGS1 and this is R01 and this end is connected to ground. Now I hope this is clear for you people. If you have doubt, please ask. Now this is V in. So here is what I'm getting as VGS2. Similarly, I'm just marking here. This is VGS1. Is okay? Now, if you look at the right hand side where you have current source, so this is the NMOS, this is M2 device and this is M1 device. So you can see that the source of M2 is connected to drain of M1. So this is source of M2 which is connected to drain of M1. That connection is there, and V out is a point which is marked. But these two ends are ground. That means these two resistors are in parallel. These two are also connected in parallel. So if I modify this, I can draw in this form. Or if I invert the entire thing to down, I can draw in this form. So this I am this portion I am reflecting to down. So it is upside GM2 VGS2, and to the other side the same will exist, GM1 VGS1. These two are connected in parallel. Now these are the two resistances there, so those two are also connected in parallel. I can write this as R01 parallel to R02, and this is the V out point, and this side is your V in. Right. So if you are asked to find what is V out, so any doubt in this, the way I have drawn? So how will I write V out? What is V out? V out is a drop across R01 parallel to R02. What is the current flowing through this? GM2 VGS2 is coming here. GM1 VGS1 is flowing here. So what will be this current? Charan, can you tell me what is this current? Current flowing through R01 parallel to R02? The incoming current is GM2 VGS2. From that GM2 VGS2, GM1 VGS1 is actually deducted. So this is actually your V out, right? Or inside this you can write GM2 into, in place of VGS2 you can write V in minus V out minus GM1 into VGS1 as V in, the entire thing R01 parallel to R02. This is your V out. This is V out. Now if you're asking, if you're asked to find the expression for AV, you can just multiply and you can get the final answer of AV. I'll just write the final answer of AV here. AV is V out by V in. You'll get the final answer as GM2 minus GM1 into R01 parallel to R02. You can solve and see whether you are getting this answer or not. 1 plus GM2 into R01 parallel to R02. Any doubt in this?
Sir, will you show previous page answer?
Yes, I am showed, yes. Any doubts?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Can I get few response from you guys? Are you with me? I know that you are tired, but still I'm asking. Sir, can you write the VGS value in circuit? Which circuit? You want? You are asking. Madhusudan, here you are asking.
Sir, could you please explain the V in part again?
V in.
Yeah, how did you calculate it?
This one you are asking. VGS1 and VGS2.
Oh, no, I got it, sir. Yeah, got it. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No problem. Yeah, Madhusudan, I have just marked here as V in. So V in is connected to the gate of both the transistors. So I'm just connecting the marking this as gate, and I'm marking it as V in. Right. Anyway, gate is not connected to drain or source. That is why I am just leaving it as a single line here. But with respect to the source of each transistor, it VGS1 and VGS2 will be that is not shown in the second diagram, because in second diagram I was concentrating on how to find V out. Yes, go ahead.
So,
Yes, Lex.
where is the source plate, sir?
Where is the
Source of the source of the MOSFET, sir.
Yeah, so whether this diagram is clear?
So here also source.
So this is
of
I'll mark
AC.
this one. So this is drain. I'll use a different color. This is drain of M2. This is source of M2. This is drain of M1. This is source of M1. This is gate of M2. This is gate of M1. Is that clear, Laksh?
Yes, sir.
Now the transition from here to here is just for simplification I have done. Or you can try here itself. No need to draw this diagram. See, even here only you can see that V out is across the resistance R01 and R02 which are in parallel. Now what is the current flowing through that? The current coming, so you can see there is a current in this, through this, right? GM2 V, so you can write a KCL here. So these two resistors are in parallel. So this is incoming current. The two should be outgoing current. So to find the other one, that is simply but GM2 VGS2 minus GM1 VGS1.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay. All right. Okay. So if this is clear, yes, Praveen.
So can we write directly second equivalent circuit also, no, sir?
Yeah, you can do that. Yes. Yeah, why I have gone through this way is just to show you guys. If I'm drawing directly this, I didn't know that you people will. Sorry, you will definitely will catch, but I did in this way.
Yeah, sir. First one is little bit confusing, sir. So I asked.
All right. Okay, but I would prefer you guys to yeah, if you can directly write the second one, it is well and good. But you should know to draw the equivalent circuit in this form also, right? Yeah, because if you directly draw this, I don't know whether you will make some other mistakes or not. Otherwise, if you can draw this directly, definitely you will be able to do this also, the intermediate step also. All right, so if others have doubts, you can ask. Otherwise, I'll just move to the next question, question number 11. For question number 11, I have a circuit diagram. So while I draw the circuit diagram, others can look for any doubts. This is 1.8. This is 1K. This is 20K. This is 200 ohms. Given that W by L is 5 by 0.18, the meaning is 5 micrometer by 0.18 micrometer. But micro will get cancelled. This is a circuit diagram given. Now the question is, determine the drain current in the circuit. So I think you can find that drain current. These are the parameters given. Vt is 0.5 and lambda equal to 0. That is the first part. Let us find the drain current in this circuit first. Okay, so how to find drain current? Let me draw the current in this. So drain current is the current through MOSFET. This is ID. That means this ID is there is a junction here, but this ID is coming from here. And the current flowing here is same as the current flowing here. That means there is no current towards this side. That is the first point we should understand. There is no current because current cannot flow to the gate of a MOSFET. Right. So there is no current through 20K resistance. So if there is no current through 20K resistance, one more point we can deduct here is this node will be same as this node. What is the meaning of that? Since Ig is equal to 0, so I'll write here, since gate current is equal to 0, the drain voltage is same as gate voltage. Right. So this 20 kilo ohm resistance is just connected between gate and drain, but both the terminals have equal potential. That is why I can say that there is no current here. Is this point clear? So you may find circuits like this. In certain cases, there will be this is as same as you have a diode connected structure. Your drain and gate are shorted together, but in this case, you have a resistance. So in DC, there is no other implication in the sense this resistance will not, the drain voltage and gate voltage will be same. Whether the resistance is there or not, VD will be equal to VG, right? So I think you can find drain current now. How will you find drain current? I will write an equation here now. So 1.8 is 1.8 is actually the supply voltage, right? So 1.8, okay. So how will you get the answer for this? Any, if there is a short instead of resistance, will it be the same? Yes, yes, Madhusudan, yes, both will be the same.
Sir,
Yes.
it's in saturation, right? So we
Yes,
find the
yeah,
ID.
very good, very good. Yeah, so since VD is equal to VG, this is in saturation. Yes, that is true. So what you can do next, you can find ID. How will you find ID? I can write ID as ID equal to half mu and Cox, which is 100 micro, W by L, which is 5 by 0.18 into VGS. What is VG? VG is same as VD. So I can write VG as VG is equal to 1.8 minus 1K into ID. Is that clear? This node can be written as 1.8 minus the drop across 1K. So that it is 1.8 minus 1K into ID, which is in milliamps. Right. So VG is that is VD, that is VD, which is same as VG. So I'll use that here, 1.8 minus 1 ID, that is VG. What is VS? VS is also 200, I'll write it as 200 ohms, right? So I can write it as 0.2 into ID. I don't know whether it is clear for you guys. I can write VS as 0.2 into ID, or I can write it as 200 into ID in milliamps. That is same as 0.2 into ID. So minus 0.2 into ID minus VT. What is VT? 0.5, the whole square. In this, only unknown is ID, and you will get the value for ID. So what is the value for ID? Is there any doubt the way I solved this question? Can I get the answer for ID? You will get two answers, and one is valid ID. So what are the two answers for ID?
Sir, will we explain VG and VS once again, sir?
Okay, Praveen. Praveen, can you tell me what is VG?
VG is a gate voltage, sir.
Yeah,
There,
that is same as drain voltage. Is that clear?
no, sir.
Okay. So is there any current through this side to the gate? Hello, Praveen.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
Is
sir.
there
Yes,
any
sir.
current? Is there any current flowing here?
Yes, sir.
Which current is that current?
Sir, no current will flow there, sir.
No current will flow. That means this node is same as this node, right? Then only your current will
Yes.
be 0, right?
Yeah, yes.
Right. That means your gate is same as drain. Now tell me, what is drain voltage? How can I write drain voltage?
Yeah, yes, sir. Got it, sir.
Yeah, it is 1.8 minus
1.8
1K into
minus
ID.
1. Yeah.
Similarly, I can write what is VS. VS is drop across
Yeah.
200, which is 200 ohms into ID in milliamps. Yes. Yes, Lex.
Yeah.
And yeah, you understood, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Lex, I didn't get the answer as 0.677. Can I get response from others also? Yeah, it is close to 0.56. So are you getting only one answer or two answers you are getting? You'll get two answers, right? Yeah, you'll get two answers. One is 2.11. So one is 0.56 milliamps. I think if you write the exact value, it is 0.556. That is okay. You can write it as 0.56 only. The other answer is 2.11 milliamps. 2.11 or 15, I guess. Okay. So which one is valid in this? So how to check the validity? You have to check it by substituting that ID value in Vs and Vg and see whether you are getting a positive VGS or the transistor remains in saturation. That will be in saturation. In this case, your Vd is equal to Vg. But when you substitute 2.11, it seems like you will have a VGS of negative value. You can try that. And the only valid ID is this 0.556. So that is the answer for first part. ID will be 0.556. Right, that is answer for the first part. Now, if you look at the question, it is asked what value of RD is necessary to reduce ID by a factor of 2. So now the ID value is 0.556 milliamps. Now I want to reduce this ID to a new value. What is a new value? Half of this. What is half of this 0.556? It should be somewhere 0.271 milliamps, right? I want to reduce this ID to half of the initial value. So for that, what should be the resistance you should use? So in order to find that, how will I get the new resistance value? So I know that drain current ID is equal to half mu and C. This is not going to change the region of operation of the transistor. So this remains same. So to find the resistance value, what you can do is you can substitute this as 0.271 milliamps, which is equal to half into mu and Cox is 100 microamps per volt square into W by L is 5 by 0.8 into what is Vg? In place of Vg, you can write 1.8 minus 1K into Rd. Sorry, not 1K. You have to find the new value of Rd, right? So you can substitute the 0.271 milli as the current into Rd here minus. So this is your Vg value minus what is Vs value? 0.271 milli into 200 ohms, right? So this is VGS minus VT is 0.5 the whole square. So in this equation, I have taken the new current and in place of resistance RD, I put the RD as an unknown thing. So you can find RD from this. Everything is known. You will get the new value for RD. This is the new RD. Any doubts? This is VT. Any doubts? So what will be the new value of RD?
Sir, one doubt.
Yes.
Instead of using that equation, can't you apply KVL for that one straight branch and get it?
KVL.
I mean, you have the current ID and
Mhm.
you only need RD. So from 1.8 to 0, you can use KVL and get it.
Okay, yeah, I think that is also possible, right?
Yeah.
Will you get a different answer if you do that?
No, I mean, I only did that and I got 6.23 kilo ohms.
6.23.
Yeah.
Can you check again? 6.23 is not the answer.
Okay, sir. I'll check. And
Yeah. Please check whether you are getting the same thing. Okay. Who asked me the note? Karthik, right? Who asked now a question?
yes, sir. Ma'am.
Karthik, what will you substitute for? Did you substitute for VGS then?
No, I didn't substitute for VGS.
Yeah, you should
I
substitute
took
because it is 1.8 minus 1K into RD into the ID value minus VDS. VDS is same as VGS minus
Oh, okay, sir.
divided by
Okay.
K into ID. You would have missed that term. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yes. So you have to take that VDS drop also.
Yeah, VDS drop is same as VGS in this case.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Got it.
Okay. Now, yeah, while writing VGS again, you will have this only. You will you have to bring in this you have to write VGS as 1.8 minus 0.271 milli into RD only. You have to write there. Yeah. So can I get the answers for this RD value? Madhusudan, it is not 2K. Yeah, I think 2.87 is close to that. 2.8 or 2.9 is the answer, I guess. 2.86 kilo is what I have. I think it is 2.98 you are getting, right? Yes, I think 2.9 or 2.8. Yeah. How will you get the multiple answers? I do not know. It is somewhere 2.8 or 2.9. Yes. Yes, Keshvi. Yes. Kirtana. Yes. So that's all about that question. Probably if you understood, you can try it out. Okay. Now, if you understood, you can solve that later also. Now, can you just look at question number 12? Question number 12. There are two circuits given. If you look at the second circuit, the same circuit we have done at class. I do not know whether the same thing or with the different values. We have done the same. We have done almost same question with two transistors and two resistors. That is to find V3, V4, V5. The similar procedure you can apply for even the first question. Right. I'm not going to do solve that, but can I get few response from you guys? Will you be able to do that question? Question number 12 to find V1, V2, V3, and V4 and V5. Can you try that? All right. Yes. So why I am asking you to try is because the question number 12, the B question we have already done. The similar procedure you can apply to solve the A also. Only thing is you have to be careful in substituting the values, right? Because one gate is connected to ground and we have used a negative supply on the A part of the question. So that you make sure that you are not making any mistakes there. So can we quickly move to question number 13? That is one question with PMOS. So let us quickly do question number 13. So I'll just draw the circuit diagram here for the question number 13.
Sir, in 12A,
Yes, 12A.
how do you find the operating region of the second MOSFET?
Operating region in the sense, I didn't get that.
Is it linear or saturation? Or
Oh, okay. Yeah, so now see, we can assume that it is in saturation and you can go ahead with the calculation. And finally, you can verify whether your assumption is true or not. But Mugil, there are possibilities. The most chances are that the transistor will be in saturation because if you look at the first transistor, gate is at 5 and drain is at 10. So that will be in saturation for sure. Right.
Oh.
Yes or no?
like, is there a way to like predict it by knowing
Just look at the first transistor. What is the gate voltage of first transistor?
5 volts?
5. What is the drain voltage of the first transistor?
10.
Will it be in linear or saturation?
That will be in saturation.
Okay, the second one. Now, for the second one, what is the voltage at gate?
0.
What is the voltage at drain?
V1.
V1. V1 will not be 0, right? Or can be 0?
Yeah, it won't be 0.
It will be 0.
It won't be 0. Like,
Yeah, we do not know. So you can go with the assumption that transistor also in saturation.
okay.
And after getting the value of V1, check whether your assumption is correct or not. Is that clear?
Okay, sir.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so let us move to question number 13. That is a question with PMOS device. So this is R1, this is R2. Oh, you have an RS also. Okay. This is RS, this is RD, this is 10 volt. Right. What else is given? Nothing. Yeah. So I'll just read the question. The question is to design the circuit. So the meaning of design the circuit is you have to arrive at the values of R1, R2, RS, RD, and if possible, if there is possibility, you have to get the value of W by L also, the transistor's size as well, right? Okay, so how to start with this question? So design the circuit given that PMOS device operates in saturation, that is given. So PMOS is in saturation with VD biased 1 volt from the edge of triode region. That we will look at that. What is the meaning of that? What else is given? It is given that ID equals 1 milliamps, VD equals 3 volts. Also given that the threshold is -1 and okay, Kp dash W bell is given, so no need to find it again. 0.25 milliamps per volt square. One more thing is given, you have a voltage divider R1, R2, assuming the current through that should be 10 micro. So this current is 10 micro. No current can flow here, so the same current will be flowing here as 10 micro. Right. So since it is a design question, you have to arrive at the resistor values and the transistor W by L, but anyway transistor W by L finding is easy in this case. Now ID is given as 1 milliamp, so this is 1 milliamps current. Given that VD is equal to 3, this node is equal to 3 volt. So what is the value of RD? So that is your step 1. Step 1 is actually to find, given that VD is equal to 3, VD is equal to ID into RD, so that you will get the value for RD. What is the value of RD? What is the value of RD? 3K. Very good. RD is 3K. That is done. That is your step 1. So from the given data, you can directly find the RD. Nothing else we can find. Now we will go for step 2. But in step 2, we will take the statement given in the question. What is given? Given that VD is biased 1 volt from the edge of saturation. We know what is edge of saturation. Sorry, edge of saturation or edge of triode, both are same. This is biased 1 volt from the edge of triode region. What is the meaning of that? The meaning is the transistor, it is given that the transistor is still in saturation. So the transistor is in saturation only. Now what is the edge of saturation condition or edge of triode condition? The edge of triode condition is, the edge of triode condition says that VD should be equal to VG minus VT. You can write with respect to S also, but since both are both sides you have VDS and VGS, S can be cancelled. Now, if VD is biased 1 volt from this edge, from the edge, how will I get the condition? VD is biased 1 volt from this edge. VD value is given, but that is actually biased 1 volt from the edge. So VD is actually 1 volt from the edge. I have taken VD plus 1 equal to VG minus VT. Right, I'll explain that. So since VD is biased 1 volt from the edge of saturation, the condition is VD plus 1 is equal to VG minus VT. Now what is given? Given that VD is equal to 3. So if it is 3, 3 plus 1 is equal to VG minus, what is VT? VT is minus 1. So what is VG from this? It is 4 and this is minus 1. So VG is equal to 3 volt. Right. So VD equal to 3, VG equal to 3. That means the transistor is still in saturation only. So how to check the condition for saturation for P MOSFET? VD should be less than VG minus VT. VD is 3, which is less than 3 minus 1. So 3 is less than 4. The condition is verified. It is still in saturation. So what I have done here is I have taken 1 volt from the saturation, means I have taken it as VD plus 1. Right. Why that is correct? Why the other one is not correct? Why I haven't taken it as VD minus 1 as VG minus VT? That will not result in the saturation condition, because when you substitute VD equal to 3 in this case, 3 minus 1 is equal to Vg minus minus 1, or you will get Vg as 1 volt from this. So given that Vd equal to 3, Vg equal to 1, if I check for the saturation condition, Vd is 3 and 3 is less than 1 minus 1, 3 is less than 2, which is not. I'm just pausing here. I'm asking, are you getting what I have done here? It is given that the transistor is biased 1 volt from the edge of triode region, and I have taken that 1 volt from the edge as this condition, Vd plus 1. It is not Vd minus 1, because that will result in a wrong conclusion. Right. So from this we obtain what is Vg. Now if you know Vg value, how will I proceed? So then I'll go for, so I think I have written as some steps, right? Step 2. Okay, now we'll go for step 3. What is step 3? Vg is given as 3. Now, if you look at the circuit diagram, this is Vg node, right? What is Vg? Vg is the 10 volt is given here, and this is the voltage divider here. So can I write Vg as 10 into R2 by R1 plus R2? Voltage division. So with that, I can write it as 10 into R2 by R1 plus R2. So that means Vg is 3. 3 by 10 is equal to R2 by R1 plus R2. Right. So R2 by R1 plus R2 is in this form. Now, from the question, what we know is we have to find the values for R1, R2, Rs and Rd. We found only Rd. We need to find what is R1, R2 and Rs. So how will you find R1 and R2? It is given that R1 and R2 are carrying current of 10 microamps. Right. So what I have to do here is, since 10 microamps current is flowing through R1 and R2, and Vg should be equal to 3. These are the two conditions. So these two conditions should be satisfied. So for that only for these two conditions only I have to choose R1, R2 value. So how will I choose? So I know that R2 by R1 plus R2 is now 0.3. Right. Now for Vg to be 3 volt, Vg can be written as the current 10 microamps into R2. Now 3 is equal to 10 microamps into R2. So how will I get the value for R2? R2 is 0.3 mega ohms. That is the value of R2. Now if R2 is 0.3 mega ohms, just to maintain this ratio, your R1 should be equal to 0.7 mega ohms. That is step 3. Quickly I will find what is Rs also. Now transistor is in saturation, so ID is equal to half mu p Cox W by L into VGS minus VTP the whole square. Right. Now from this you can find what is VGS minus VTP, because mu and Cox W by L is known and ID is also known. So you can find what is VGS minus VTP. In that, Vg minus Vs minus VTP, you will get a value. You have to take the negative value. Yeah, that is the important thing. Since it is a PMOS, you have to choose the negative value for VGS minus VT. You will get two values. So if you calculate, you will get this as minus 2.8. So for this minus 2.8, substitute what is Vg and Vt, and you will get the value for Vs. Vs will be 6.828. This will be Vs. Now you can find Rs. What is Rs from the circuit diagram? Rs is 10 minus this Vs divided by 1 milliamps current. So Rs is 10 minus 6.828 divided by 1 milliamps of current is equal to 3.172 kilo ohms, which is Rs. Right. Since it is 256, I'll wind up here. You can ask doubts from this. But one more thing I just want to tell. What we have done now is question number 13. Now we look at question number 14. We have solved a similar numerical in class. Right. Question number 14. So I'll just leave the answers for question number 14 here. ID is 1 milliamps. GM is 2 milliamps per volt. R naught you can find because VA is given. So R naught is 100K. You will get R in as 2.2 mega ohms. V naught by VI as minus 8.21. V naught by Vs as minus 7.5. R out as 6.97K. Right. Can you explain the step 3 again? Sure. What is step 3? Okay. So from step 2 we know what is Vg. Vg is 3 volt. Now if Vg is 3 volt, I can write. So Rahul, did you understand how I wrote Vg as 10 into R2 by R1 plus R2? You understood that? Yes. Okay. So Vg is 10 into R2 by R1 plus R2. So I got the ratio R2 by R1 plus R2. I know that is 0.3. But one more thing given, the Vg voltage is 3 and the current flowing through R1 and R2 is equal to 10 microamps. Now what is Vg voltage? Vg voltage is also the drop across R2. What is drop across R2? Current into R2 value. So now I know Vg is 3, current is 10 micro. So what is R2 value? R2 value is 3 divided by 10 microamps, right? So like that you will get R2. If R2 is there, you can find what is R1 from the previous ratio. Yes, that's all. Okay, I'll just stop the recording. If you have doubts, you can ask. Thank you for attending today's session.